Good evening and welcome to another World of Warships video with Captain Darkwing Glacier. In this battle I am taking up my Tier 6 American Premium Battleship, the USS Arizona. As you can see, we are in a Tier 7 game, so I am middle tier. So I do not expect to completely dominate, but I also don't expect to be eliminated extremely quickly in this game. However, I do very much like the Arizona. It is a tough ship with accurate guns, and I would like to think that even in Tier 8 games I would not be the first eliminated from my team unless I kind of act like myself and get a little bit too aggressive and overextend and then get focused and killed, which happens, or has been happening a little bit more often than I'd like recently. So hopefully in this game I will end up being a little bit more cautious and judicious in my positioning and aggressiveness than I usually am. So here we are on the fault line map, and I am moving over to the Charlie Cap to support some ships over there because the remainder of our 4 battleships are all heading west. Did I say west earlier? I meant to say east if I didn't. In any case, I'm going to Cap Charlie with a Helena, a Moss, and an Omaha. And I am by far the slowest ship on that side. Although right now the Omaha I can't even tell if he's moving right now. If he is, he's just getting started. So I will probably be trailing behind these other ships. In the meantime, it looks like our Leon has pulled a drunk Notzer and smashed into an island. I have no idea what he was thinking. But our 2 remaining battleships that are close to me, the Koenig and the Giulio Cesare, are also moving west, as is the Prince Idol Friedrich. The remainder of our ships are moving into Cap Alpha, which looks like it's already being capped by the enemy team. So hopefully that Leon will wake up and start behaving properly, and we have most of our ships in that direction, so hopefully we will be able to overwhelm them at Cap Alpha, while at the very least we will be able to hold them off at Charlie. There we go, that's the explanation. Our Leon player says this is why you don't watch YouTube during games. I have to admit I've done that myself a few times. Sometimes I have a Twitch stream going up watching a community contributor or a friend of mine or something while I'm playing the game. Of course, I don't do this to stream snipe because it's unlikely enough that I'm going to be playing in a game with them. But I do have 2 monitors, so I tend to be playing World of Warships on one and have something on in the background on the other side. And I frequently have to Alt-tab to get over there and pause it because I can't take the distraction because I need to focus on the game. Okay, so we have a Furutaka who is in the cap and he's going through the channel in Charlie and going to sneak out the other side. Already our ships, the Moss and the Helena, appear to have given up on Charlie, which seems a little bit premature. If there's only a Furutaka in there, we should be able to take it from him. In the meantime, the fight over Alpha is going on. They do have a battleship that is moving in on Bravo. So the Furutaka is coming out of the cap, and I decide at this point that I'm going to turn around and see maybe if I can do some damage to him, because if my teammate are not going to push into Charlie, other than the Omaha here, there's no real point of me following them in, especially since there are plenty of targets towards Cap Bravo. Of course, my Helena driver is chiding the Moss for being behind me when he should be the one scouting. And there's the Furutaka. He has no idea that I'm here. I'm kind of hoping he's going to stick his nose out from behind that island so I can shoot it off. But right now he's actually stationary or going extremely slowly. Meantime, our Omaha might be able to get a bead on him from the rear. And in any case, the Furutaka is now moving out. I do have a good shot. I launch my spotter plane. That'd be interesting if you had spider planes. And I get a disappointing first salvo, only getting 2 overpens. My second one is a little bit better, in which I do get 2 penetrations, 1 over penetration, and a Citadel hit. So he's almost dead. So that's a good start. In the meantime, the Omaha looks like he will complete the cap of Charlie. And I'm waiting for my next, for my guns to reload. Maybe I can finish him off if I get a nice, accurate salvo. There are torpedoes heading in my direction, but I want to get this next shot off before I try to dodge. And I cut my engine, and I get kill number 1.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
So fortunately, I'm able to dodge the torpedoes and prevent him from causing a flood. But of course, I'm immediately set on fire by the enemy Leon, who is now out of their cap in Bravo and is focusing on me. But I'm not all that scared of a Leon, so I'm not gonna try to get running away from him. I'm gonna line up all my guns and see what damage I can do, and I'm not that worried about exposing too much broadside since he's still firing HE at me. Unfortunately, my first barrage is mostly ricochets. And he's still firing HE on me, so I don't know what he's thinking. I guess he just doesn't want to switch to AP under the assumption that I'm going to turn bow onto him. He is able to dodge the torpedoes from our boss and is showing me lots of nice broadside. I'm able to get a nice good 13,000 hit point salvo followed by a 9,000 pointer, so he is now in deep trouble, and if I get another salvo off I should be able to finish him off. In the meantime, we have capped Charlie. The fight over Alpha is still going strong with both sides attempting to get the cap. The enemy just lost to Kamikaze, which is good for our team. And if they push in, our team should be able to get that other team out of there. So, okay, here's my next salvo on the Leon. I get 2 ricochets, which are kind of frustrating because those are like right on his belt, and I would have expected them to go through rather than bouncing like they did. Fortunately, I do set fire on him with, I think, one of my secondaries, and that fire is able to take him out, and that gets me kill number 2. So there's an enemy Dunkirk to the southwest of me. There is the enemy, I believe he's in Normandy, in the center. Or no, I'm sorry, I misspoke there. It's a Murmansk, and then there's the Jervis up to the northwest. So one salvo ought to put this guy out of his misery. He exposed way too much broadside, and that is kill number 3. Our Giulio Cesare is fleeing the Dunkirk because he is low on health and losing more by the minute. So I'm going to move in an attempt to support him because most of the rest of our team is either in Charlie completely, well, I don't want to say out of position because they are actually contributing more than the western side, but the western side is still fighting over the cap. So it's only me, the Giulio, and the Graf Spee that could possibly do some damage to this guy. Unfortunately, I'm not ready for the Murmansk 8-kilometer torpedoes. I do take a pair of them and lose a little bit more health than I really wanted to at that point. I should have been aware that, or remembered that his torpedoes do have that range, unlike his comrades, the Krasny Krim, the Omaha, the Marblehead, and am I forgetting any of them? I think that might be all of that that ship class. So that's in the game. So now the Dunkirk is actually low on health. He's trying to get out of there, and maybe I can get kill number 4 here. Unfortunately, the Dunkirk does take out the Graf Spee, so it's going to be up to me. He does get some torpedoes off the Graf Spee, which miss, and here comes my salvo, and I do a significant amount of damage, but I do not get the kill, at least not yet. The Giulio might be able to finish him off. In the meantime, we are taking the cap. I need to be aware that the Jervis is still behind me, or actually on my starboard quarter at this point, because I don't want to get a face full of torpedoes, or a quarter full of torpedoes. But fortunately, the Moss is behind me, and hopefully he will be able to detect him before I get hit. Our friendly Koenig ends up getting the kill on the Dunkirk, and if you take a look at the score right now, we are significantly ahead of the opposing team. We now have all 3 capture points. We are up 8 ships to 3. in terms of kills, that is. And now this New York is showing a lot of broadside, so I'm going to finish him off in one salvo. Well, maybe not quite. I will do a little bit of damage, though, almost 10k, which is good. And I'm trying to see if I can get my rear turrets on the Jervis, but I'm going to be passing behind this island before that can happen. So at this point, I'm mainly looking at thinking that the Jervis is probably going to be taken out by either the Helena, the Omaha, or the Mas. I mean, the Jervis really got himself in a tight spot there. So my primary target right now is the New York. But since my guns are pointed that way, maybe I can get a shot off on the Jervis and steal it from my 3 comrades. But as I peek in, he is still kind of stuck behind that island and not quite out enough for me to get a clear shot. So reluctantly, I will have to change or turn my attention to the New York. This kind of tells you a little bit more about my play style when I start getting a couple of kills and I feel like I'm having a relatively good game. The more kills I get, the more greedy I get. I just want to get more and more kills. So if any chance I get, I'll try to steal a kill from a comrade, and of course that's not the most teamwork thing to do. So here I go, I take some shots off on him, and will I get kill number 4? The rear guns miss, the forward guns fire, and they miss as well. Alright, I probably would have been better off saving those guns for the, those salvos for the New York, but he's going to have to wait, as I'm still focused on the Jervis here. So my guns are ready. He's very low on health. The Omaha is just about to take him out, and I steal the kill right out from under him, and that gets me kill number 4. The New York is ahead of me, and it's only him in the Gade, so I expect that our Icarus will be able to take out the Gade, or at least come close to it, and I will be able to take out the New York. Our Helena is constantly pounding him with HE at this point, setting fires. Unfortunately, we do lose the Icarus to the Gade, who is able to torpedo him. So now the Gade is probably going to run for the hills and evade any shots. And I'm taking a peek at him. Can I get a shot off at him? Well, not quite, because my turrets aren't turning quite fast enough. And here comes some torpedoes, which I will hopefully be able to dodge. And in the meantime, I'm going to focus my attention on this New York. And here again, you can see I'm being a little bit greedy. I could be firing right now, but I'm waiting for him to burn down a little bit more. And yeah, this isn't probably the most teamwork-oriented move of mine, because I wait just in time to get enough of a shot off on him so that I'm almost guaranteed to get the kill. So I steal him right out from under the Helena. Or secure it, depending on your point of view about these kinds of things. So now I want to get kill number 6. I'm super greedy. Time is running out. We only have 15 seconds left in the game. I'm begging the enemy Gade to come out so I can shoot him and get 6 kills. And there he is. I line up my guns. 5 seconds to go. I'm turning. Gonna get those shots off and fire. And they hit. And I do not get the kill, and that serves me right because I was playing kind of like a selfish bastard in that game. I do get 5 kills though, 88,000 damage, which is, you know, decent, but could have been much better. That kind of explains that I did get a lot of kill steals in that game. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're not as a selfish player as I am, and thank you very much for watching.